Hi everybody, Enigma here, coming at you with another video. Today's video is probably the weirdest thing I have in my collection. I know I always say, oh, I have weird things. This one could very well be the weirdest thing I have. I mean, it's just crazy what I have, okay? And I'm doing it this week because on Friday, April 18th, 2025, which is 6 days from the day I'm recording this, Lunar Remastered comes out. Now, the Lunar Remastered is going to be the first two games in the series, or the remakes of them, quite honestly, which it's long history and all that good stuff. But quite frankly, I hope people give those games a shot. If you like old school JRPGs, the 16-bit stuff, the 8-bit stuff, Dragon Warrior / Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Fantasy Star, games like that, give Lunar a shot, guys. They are really fun games. I love them. They're two of my favorite games. And the first two were released on the Sega CD, which I do own them, but they're down in my basement, and I don't want to dig through two dozen boxes to try to find my copies of those games, okay? But I do have the PlayStation versions here, right? These are the limited editions of them. Here's, we got Lunar 1 right here. Again, the limited edition. And then we have the limited edition Lunar 2 right here. That's not what these are about. We're not going to cover these really in detail today. Although this game, Lunar 1, there's a lot of stuff that happened around the release of this game that's really, really interesting and just weird, okay? It's just weird stuff. But this deserves a video on its own, and it's going to get it, okay? And I love this box. That's so cool. But anyway, Working Designs published these games. You can see the little Working Designs logo right there. Now, it's hard to see, but there it is, Working Designs. They were well known for being a company that didn't skimp on anything. Okay, so back during the 90s, okay, the early 90s to mid 90s to late 90s, video games became a lot more corporatized. Okay, EA was out there and Activision was out there, but you had a lot of game developers and a lot of publishers that really were into the games. They really wanted the games to speak for themselves, and they really wanted to throw a lot of cool stuff at you. Then games got corporatized and all that good stuff, and you can argue that things have never been the same. But they used to give really cool pre-order bonuses. Okay, now back in the 90s and the early 2000s, pre-order bonuses were always tangible things. They're always things you could touch and hold: T-shirts, soundtracks, action figures, bobblehead dolls, posters, all sorts of stuff. And that carried over for the most part into the late 2000s and the early 2010s. But nowadays, pre-order bonuses are all digital, right? So whenever you pre-order a game, you get, oh, here's a free cosmetic, here's a new gun, here's a new sword, here's a piece of armor, and those pre-order bonuses cost the developers and publishers. Let me see here. Let me do the math in my head. Let me see. Carry the 2, square root there. Jehovah starts with an I. Nothing. Costs them nothing, right? But when they were tangible things, had to give you something, right? Something tangible, something they had to manufacture. And the weirdest thing that I have that was in my collection that was a pre-order bonus is Punching Puppet Ghaleon here, okay? Now, Punching Puppet Ghaleon was a pre-order bonus for Lunar 2, even though it has more to do with Lunar 1. In fact, it says right there, Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. There's the Working Designs logo right there. If we take a look at the sides, we've got characters from the game, which those are spoilers. I don't want to get into who those people are. And then over here we have the main characters from Lunar. On the bottom, we got Jessica about to whip somebody's ass. On the top, we have Ghaleon here looking like his David Bowie. He's about to David Bowie labyrinth his way into women's hearts. And this is a Punch and Judy puppet. Okay, this is a Punching Puppet Ghaleon. So people who are my age know exactly what a Punch and Judy puppet is, which is a puppet that you put your hand in. There's two little levers on the inside, and then there's two fists, and then the lever you push, the puppet does this. When I was a kid, you could buy them. There usually was a nun and a devil, right? Because they would punch each other. Well, in this case, we have Ghaleon, right? So Ghaleon here, there he is, looking like he's a dude from a David Bowie there from Labyrinth, like I said, or a Tim Burton film. If we look at the back here, that's what I mean by Punch and Judy. You probably have seen those before. Even the younger people have probably seen those. But if we take a look here, and what is that? Hold on. What's that? That's not Ghaleon. That's correct. That's Dragon Master Alex. They were going to have another puppet for the release of Lunar on the PC, Lunar 1 on PC. They were going to give away Punching Puppet Alex. Sadly, Working Designs went under before they could actually finish the game. Now they do pop up online every once in a while. I don't have an Alex. I have two Ghaleons, but I don't have an Alex. The reason why I have two Ghaleons is because I pre-ordered it, obviously. And then the second one was at E3 2000, the one E3 I went to. I got to dance with this big fat guy dressed as Borrigan the Wizard from Lunar 2. That's why I remember it's a pre-order bonus for Lunar 2. And if you did that, they gave you a puppet, and they took a picture of a Polaroid, stuck it in a frame that said I stroked all 8 of his chins, which is hilarious. I need to find that, quite honestly, because it's really funny. And I was really thin back then, too, if I, might say so myself. But just really cool, really interesting stuff. But unfortunately, Working Designs never got a chance to release the game. Like I said, you do find that they did make the puppets. You can find the puppets on eBay every once in a while. I don't own one, but I'm sure they're very expensive. I'm sure when they liquidated all their assets from Working Designs, a lot of stuff like that was found and sold. But that's just really interesting. This is like the weirdest thing, guys. I mean, no one's ever done anything like this before or since that they have this. Like I said, I have 2 of them. But just really, really cool stuff. So that's what I wanted to show you guys today. Now, like I said, if you love Final Fantasy, if you love Dragon Quest, please give Lunar a try. I'm not getting paid to say this. They're not giving me anything to say this. I'm just really a big fan of the series, and I really hope that you guys will give it a go, give it a try, because they're both excellent games. They really are. Okay, so that's going to do it for today. Now, don't forget to please like and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube at Evil Enigma. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter, also at Evil Enigma. I am really trying to get to 500 Twitter subs by the end of the year. I would love to have your support doing that. It would be absolutely great. I do stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I go from 9 a.m. to noon, and then from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's Central Standard Time, Chicago time, Midwestern time, if you will. Doing Final Fantasy 12 right now, having a good time with that. And when Lunar comes out, I plan on doing those, both of them. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I would appreciate you guys checking that out. Check out my merch store as well. It's over at Fourth Wall. I got some cool stuff there: water bottles, T-shirts. My question mark jersey that I'm wearing right now is amazing. I love this. I hope people give that a go. Okay, so I'll see everybody on the next video. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll see you then. Thank you so much.